welcome back to Post Productions. I'm your host, Seamus. I'm here with my boy, Gavin.
Yeah, it's me.
This is a big one.
This is a big one, I think, yeah.
We are going to be talking about the new Planet of the Apes movie,
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, this one has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
This came out back in May, and I don't know, we got busy.
Yeah.
We haven't got the chance to get around to it. I know it was supposed to be the first episode.
It was supposed to be the first episode when I posted it. And then things happened. We kind of thought about, we're like, it's been a while since we've seen the movie. We're going to watch it again before we talk about it. Which I think was the best thing we could have done, because then we got the Inside Out video, which I'm still grateful we did that, because that's a good video. If you haven't seen that episode, definitely go watch it.
Check it out.
Yeah. But I think this is a very, for me speaking, and I know for you especially, these are very important movies to both of us. So I think it was very important we needed to talk about this movie.
Absolutely.
You know, because this is a big one.
This is a big one.
I
we
think,
had
for both
huge
of us.
expectations going in.
Bro, gigantic. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I had more riding on this movie of this one being good than Deadpool, to be honest.
Wow.
I really did. Because,
Yeah.
like, you know, Deadpool's kind of like one of those ones, like, yeah, I'll be fine, at least. But this one, you know, you always get nervous when Disney hits the reboot button.
It's
know?
true.
I always get super nervous, and I'm like, uh-oh. And as soon as I heard this one, I was like, oh, no. It's actually true. When this movie got first announced, I almost made a video about it way back in the day, about what not to fuck up. Like, there was going to be a video literally like, Disney, don't mess this up. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Because I was very vocal and like, this can't be bad. This can't be bad. Because the other three are so goddamn good.
The thing, it's one of the greatest trilogies.
Yes.
Of all time, in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
Yeah.
Especially at least
Modern
trilogies. Dude, it's
Dude.
unparalleled. Caesar is the fucking GOAT. One of the best protagonists of all time.
Literally, yeah.
Like he's literally
100%.
like Monkey Jesus.
He's Monkey Jesus. Especially in this movie as well.
Yeah. His legacy continues on through this movie.
Yeah.
Which I think is great.
Yeah.
So you know what, let's just right off the bat, like what are you thinking on this movie?
Well,
is it living up to the legacy? Is it shooting a bit under? Or how are you feeling? Now that we've seen it twice, we sat with it for a little while.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I had nicer things to say about the first time. But my opinion barely really changes, I think, for this one. It shoots a little bit under. But I will say it's not a bad start.
No.
It could have been so much goddamn worse. So much worse. And I don't like to rant on directors or anything. I don't like doing that. I don't like being a negative person. Wes Ball, though, I'm not a huge fan of his movies. And when I heard that he was directing, I was like, that could be really bad. like I don't mean to rant or anything, but I do not like the Maze Runner movies. The first one is mid at best. 2 is just bad. I have not seen 3, but from what I've seen from other people who are close to me that have seen it, they say that like it's just a whatever movie again. So when I heard that he got Planet of the Apes, I was like, without only that to go by, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about this one, you know, I don't know. But what about you? What did you think? Just like initially, did it go under your expectations, or do you think it did well? Like, what did it do?
I have to be honest, I also under my expectations a little bit. I mean, I had sky high expectations, so maybe it was like part of my own
impossibility.
Fault. Yeah, for it to reach those heights set by the previous trilogy. Yeah, I won't lie. I was a little bit disappointed with it. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad film at all. And like you said, I feel like it could be the great opening chapter.
Oh, absolutely.
To better things to come. But in the meantime, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about it either.
But I think before we go really into what makes this movie work and what movie maybe hinders it, what is this movie about? You know, let's just talk about what it's about right off the bat, just for the people who don't know. Seamus, do you want to explain what the movie is about?
For sure. So this is set, I believe it's 200 years after the reign of Caesar.
Yes, sir.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed a lot. Humans, the script is kind of flipped. Humans are not the predominant species anymore. They're kind of like the way the apes were in the previous movies. The apes mostly have control of the world around them now. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that flip again, for sure.
I love it.
And then it follows this clan of apes. This clan, they have these eagles they train.
Train eagles, which is awesome.
It's really cool.
Great, and we're going to talk about that later, but it's great.
It follows the main character. His name's Noah. And then there's kind of his monkey family. and he meets some other apes along the way. That's kind of a terrible synopsis, but let's just. I realize it's kind of hard to explain a plot of a movie.
I'll
add some sauce to it.
Yeah, I'll add some sauce to it. So yeah, he's living peacefully with his family, and then another tribe comes to town, and they basically steal his entire tribe, and they just do some really terrible stuff to him. They basically just traumatize him, and the whole movie is about Noah trying to get back his tribe, and in the process you learn about all these different apes that exist all over the world, and there's this one leader, Proximus Caesar, and he is this tyrannical dictator who twists the word of Caesar in a way to make him seem more powerful, and the movie has a lot to do with just how Caesar has affected the world around him, and how it's affected all these different clans of apes, and just really how, I think, it's funny too, because I think we talked about this, is that how, I guess you could say, religion impacts different people, and how different people use religion, you know?
In this case, like, Caesar is pretty much at that level, where he's like...
he's the Messiah.
He's like the Messiah.
Yeah, literally. What do they say in Dune? What is it, the Messiah?
Yes,
Caesar is literally him, dude.
Caesar is literally him.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said better myself, man.
Literally.
He is that guy.
Yeah.
In this movie.
And the whole movie just revolves around the world building, explaining what's going on, but also this human character shows up who is, from what we knew in the movie, is that she's the only person who could talk still. And the whole movie is just her going with Caesar and them just trying to take down Proximus Caesar and save this clan.
Yes.
And that's the very brief, I guess you could say, synopsis without spoiling anything directly. Yeah. But honestly, I think we'll go straight into the things that... We'll start off with the good things. We'll start off with some good things. First thing, very obvious, film's beautiful.
Oh, man,
gorgeous.
The visuals are crazy.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous.
Like, I don't know how much of it is, like, real-life locations. I don't know how much of it is sound stages. Either way, it's absolutely stunning. Yeah. These environments are so lush.
Yep.
It's so immersive. You feel like you're there in the rainforest with them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The apes, they also look really, really great. We do have a slight gripe. I'd say,
yeah.
I don't know, they are younger apes, like this trio that the film follows. Their eyes seem a little off.
They seem too human.
Too human.
But at the same time, we do bring up a good point, is that a big part of this movie is evolution.
Yeah.
And it's how everyone is evolving, and they are getting slowly smarter, they're getting more human-like. So it could just be that. It could just be the fact that this is a new generation. They're going to look more like humans. That's probably the reason. But honestly, just coming from a visual point of view of looking at the other apes compared to them, they seem just a little bit off.
A little bit. They're
just
a little too cute.
Tiniest bit. They have big anime eyes. It's weird. It's very strange. It's not super bad. It's not crazy though.
No.
Like, it doesn't take away that much. It's just kind of noticeable. Like, yeah, they look a little different.
A little different. Yeah.
But it's still, I would say, in terms of like the fur effects and all that, still on par with the last one.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd say at least.
Yeah. No, it's kind of mind blowing how they created them. Like they look so realistic.
I would agree.
It's wild.
Even though I will say though, when they're moving, I do slightly think they look worse as well.
Oh, in comparison to...
A little bit. Like, I don't know.
Hey?
Well, I feel like in the original trilogy, it was so fluid and so real. In this movie, it looks good. Like, it looks very, very good. But I feel like, especially in, like, some of the action scenes in this movie, I feel they just look a tiny bit off.
Huh.
Specifically, there's one scene where there's a gorilla, and she's chasing the human character through a field. It just looks weird to me. Like, it just looks...
Really?
a little bit.
Huh.
I think you should go back and watch the originals, or at least, like, some of the scenes from the originals, when they're kind of moving like that, and come back to this movie. I think it's just slightly... I'm probably nitpicking, because I love the other movies so much, but, like, it was slightly noticeable to me.
I'll have to rewatch it with that in mind. Yeah, okay. No,
at least in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
New characters...
Solid.
They're solid.
Yeah.
I like Noah.
Yeah, I like Noah too.
Noah's cool. He's no Caesar.
No.
Let's get that out of the way. At least nobody in this movie is that level.
No one's in that level. We talked about this too, is that Caesar had the perfect setup to be a great character.
You see his whole lifespan.
Yeah, exactly. You see him from him being a kid all the way up to the events that happen in Rise, and that lead him to be the ape that he is by the end of the trilogy, and it's a perfect arc.
Yeah.
But I think with Noah, it's a lot more surface level, I guess you would say. More like you've seen it before. Like, we've seen this sort of story before. a character loses everything. They have to go through some sort of a journey to become like a better, like a leader sort of thing. We've seen it before. You know, it's something what we have seen before. And I guess part of it too, like we have seen a little bit with Caesar, but it's much more emotionally impactful, I feel, Caesar. So it doesn't, like, I guess it just doesn't come off as more, I guess you could say, impactful.
Yeah, it doesn't resonate quite
as much, yeah.
And I feel like the other characters, like, besides the protagonist, they're not quite as iconic as, like, those from the... Yeah,
Koba.
You don't have, like, a Koba or a Maurice.
Almost, okay. I don't know, but there's one character that maybe...
Well, let's show him out, though.
Yeah.
His name's Raka.
Raka's the goat,
He's a orangutan.
I love Raka.
As far as, like, new characters come out, I'd say he's even better than Noah. I'd say he's the standout character of this movie besides the antagonist.
I'd agree.
Proxima Caesar. Those are the best two characters in this movie. For
absolutely.
For sure.
But Raka, I don't know what it is. We talk... What is with them making orangutans the best characters in the whole franchise?
They got aura.
They do. They're just so, like, wholesome and great.
And wise.
Yeah, dude. I love Raka, how wise he is in the movie. Because he's supposed to be kind of like... He comes from this religion where they all worship Caesar, and they follow his word one-to-one. Like, we like humans, we treat them with respect, and then, like, we don't kill other apes. Like, I loved that part of him. He's just such a great character.
Yeah.
I loved him throughout the course of the movie. I liked him a lot. I thought he was a great character. But then Proxima Caesar, sorry, I can't talk today, guys. He was great as well. He had aura as well. He was tough.
He was tough.
He was tough, man.
He's a good
Say his word. Say his word.
What a wonderful day.
That was great, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's just something about him, like, it's great. And it's actually funny, too, because originally, I think I'll talk about him first, because I actually really like him in this movie. The first time I remember watching it, I thought he was kind of like, he's okay. Like, his motivation is just whatever. In this movie, though, I think it worked a lot better for me. Because his whole motivation is kind of, like, he's fascinated with the idea of evolution, sort of thing. And he loves the idea, like, slowly over time we'll become more smart. And he says that, like, he addresses, like, I'm not going to be around forever. Hell, I'm probably not even going to evolve very much. But we have the capability to instantly evolve, in a way. And I think that was a great idea. And he also wasn't, like, one of those villains where it was just, like, he's just, like, killing his own people left and right, you know? He genuinely did care to an extent, like, about his kingdom, even though he was, you know, he was the king, and obviously he was a tyrant leader. In a certain way, he was like, yeah, like, I'm still the leader, and I'm not a good person, but, like, I'm not going to outright go and start killing you guys for no reason.
He's one of those villains who he believes in a greater purpose, like a greater cause that he probably won't complete in his lifetime.
Yeah.
And he's kind of willing to do what he needs to reach that. And I mean, sure, maybe it will benefit generations down the line, but in the moment, it's pretty terrible. Some of the stuff he does. It's interesting.
It's an interesting dynamic that I like.
You kind of can see it. You understand, like, where he's coming from in a way, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then, and even his, like, relationship towards humans. You get it.
Yeah.
You get it. He's very much, I would say they tried to set him as the Koba of this movie, but more Koba from Dawn, more than anything. Where he's just like, I don't like humans, but also, you know, apes, like, we're together on this, you know, sort of thing, in a certain way, even though he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But no, I thought he was great.
Totally. Yeah, and kind of like what you said earlier, I really like how it shows when there's, like, a belief system. It can be twisted either which way. People will find what they like from it, and they'll take it, and they may use it for good, they may use it for evil. I mean, you see it all the time with, like, religions and cults and stuff like that. They kind of can twist messages to serve their own needs, and I like how this movie kind of does that too, because it shows, like, because you got Raka, who's like this like purist, believes in Caesar's fully, and then you have Caesar Proximus, where it's like he kind of is like, I'll take this and I'll take this, but end of the day, I have my own mission.
Exactly, yeah.
So, it's
and
cool.
then Noah's group doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even know about this shit. They're just like, what? Who's Caesar? And
that's cool,
like,
too.
You don't know who Caesar is.
Kind of like this forgotten history thing in a way. Like, that, I like that element, too. I thought that was well done.
Yeah, like, all the world building I find was excellent in this movie. Like, it was all great. Especially when it gets past the, into the second act. Great. I loved it. I feel like when Raka enters the movie, it's instantly better. And Noah starts to learn about Caesar, instantly becomes better.
And that just shows you, like, how great the first trilogy is. And
well, that
how
too,
great
yeah.
Caesar is, right? Like,
oh, exactly. Yeah. Like, he just he has such a presence about him, no matter if he's there or not.
Yeah.
And it's just great. Like, he just influences... Sorry, I hate to go off track here. I love how they kind of included Caesar in the story, but not including Caesar in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his memory is there, and I feel like they treated him with respect.
Totally.
You know? The character was treated with respect, and to a point where everyone's like, yeah, you're basically the Messiah. Like, we all look up to you. Like, I love that part of the movie. I thought that was all great. If they would have done something stupid like him being alive, I would have been so pissed.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine if they would have done that?
Oh my god.
I don't even know how they would have done it, but like...
That would have been the most
I would have
tragic.
been so angry.
Yeah, if they found... Yeah.
But, well, even if like Noah was like a descendant of Caesar, like, you know, oh, he's my great-great-great-grandfather or something, I thought that would have been so cheesy and cliche. I'm glad they didn't do that.
That's what honestly, I thought that was the direction they would have went with, for sure.
They might, though, still.
Yeah.
I don't know if
could be
will,
a secret reveal later.
Like in 2 or something.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Let this man have his own legacy.
Yeah, just let Noah have his own legacy, because he can totally do it.
Yeah.
I see the potential.
Totally.
Like, right off the bat, I see the potential for this character, and I like him. I don't mind him.
Yeah.
It's just there's not enough right now that makes him super compelling compared to Caesar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think at least. I think that's all the good, really.
Yeah, those would be
the main points. I think we'll go into the bad.
Yeah.
Or I can't even say bad.
Can't even say bad.
It's like just negative.
Yeah.
Because there's really nothing like bad about the movie. It's just some things are like, yeah, that could have been better.
Weaker.
Yeah.
For sure.
Weaker, definitely. And I think I'll go with this. This is personally just my opinion, because I brought it up. We watched it yesterday, and I brought it up. But I think the tone is slightly off in this movie. Because you got to think, in the first 3 movies, I know it's its own thing. It's trying to be its own trilogy. But they're very dark. They are very, very serious movies. And I just feel like in this movie, even though it is a serious movie, I feel like it's been Disney-fied a little bit. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's a little bit more lighthearted.
Yeah.
It's not as deep. And the first time I watched it, it really stuck out like a sore thumb to me. Just because, like, remember War of the Planet of the Apes?
Oh my
god,
that
movie's so damn
it's like
depressing.
Ape Holocaust.
Literally,
like,
it is
crazy.
Yeah, it's like super, like, just wow, like, whew. But in this movie, you don't get that. And even if I was comparing it to like Rise, Rise is still way more fucked up than this movie in terms of how dark it is.
Totally.
Like when all the monkeys are caged up, bro, that's sad.
Yeah.
This movie, it's like, yeah, like the village kind of, like when the village gets burnt down. That's pretty sad. It's nowhere near compared to the other thing, though. Mm-mm. And I just felt like it was missing that in the movie. It was missing that seriousness, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and it didn't have the same, like, emotional kind of,
no,
like, stakes either.
Yeah.
I'd say another criticism, human character I'm not a huge fan. The one thing I find with the other Planet of the Apes movies is that the human characters are maybe not as compelling, but they're right up there.
They're still good, though.
They're great. They're great. Like, James Franco was great. Buddy in the second one, can't remember his name. He was great. And then Woody Harrelson, I mean,
well, he was
amazing.
Terrible, but, like, he was a great actor, and it worked.
Yeah, and they showed, like, the light side of humanity and the dark side of humanity.
Yeah.
And they portrayed it so well in both of those instances.
Exactly.
Here, she's kind of...
She's just there.
She's just there.
She's trying... It really feels like she's there just to set up a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, she's only there just to set up a sequel, which I'm sure they'll make one day.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they'll probably make, like,
that ending?
3 more.
Yeah.
I heard that they were trying to make 9 movies,
That's
and I'm just
crazy.
like, what the hell? Like, we do not need 9 of these.
Is James Cameron,
like,
is he having a say in this? That's like him making fucking
like,
10 Avatar.
10 Avatar movies. Like, yeah, the first one did actually pretty well. Let's make 10 of them.
Yeah.
Don't elaborate. Make 10 of them. Why? Doesn't matter.
He's going to run out of elements.
Dude, it'll be the same movie 10 times. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
It'll just be like a different part of the world every time. It's like, we are in the snow. Now we're in the mountains.
Fire.
Now we're in a volcano.
I just said I'll be seated for most of them.
Yeah, I know you will.
I do
you
like
little
those
Avatar
movies.
fan, you.
Avatar.
Yep.
Oh.
I don't know if I could say that.
Yeah.
But no, dude. Oh my god. But no, I don't get why they're gonna make 10 of them. But when it comes to the start of a trilogy, it's not bad. But I still think the tone was a little weird.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like other things, obviously, like we've said it before, just the characters are weaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as compelling. It just doesn't have as much as that original film. Even though I think some people will shit on Rise.
I don't get that.
It.
No.
I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like, honestly, when I think of Dawn and Rise, they're close. Honestly. Like, I would say Rise is a very solid 8. Dawn's like 8.5, and then War's 9.
I respect that.
I would say at least.
Yeah.
Like, and that might even change. Because I used to think Dawn was the best one for a while. It might actually still be. I don't know. I'm going to say War is my favorite right now, just after recent viewing. But
yeah.
still, they're all great. And I feel like, just coming from the stepping stone, I feel if this is what we get first, even though our characters aren't great, I do feel like they will get better if it's treated with care.
There's potential for
There's
sure.
a lot.
I would like to add like one more thing, just in terms of criticisms.
Oh, yeah.
Some weird story stuff, kind of. The ending, I did not care for at all.
Yeah.
I think it's I
it's a
thought
Marvel
it was
movie
terrible.
ending.
Seriously.
It feels so much
he's
like
right
it.
behind me, isn't he? That's
literally what it is, though.
Like,
honestly, it is.
I was so let down by the
Yeah.
ending. I thought it was goofy as shit.
Should we spoil it?
Yeah, let's
just
spoil it.
I guess I'll put a time. Well, I'm not gonna put a time lapse. This movie's been out for God knows how long. If you haven't seen it already, it's not my fault. We're gonna talk about the ending, though. I guess you don't want to watch that. But go on, Seamus.
Yeah. Proximus Caesar. I've noticed I've switched it up a couple times. Caesar Proximus. It's Proximus Caesar.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
It's kind of one of those ones.
I apologize for that earlier. Bro gets slimed out by some fucking eagles, man.
And I do like the setup for it, though.
It's a cool setup, but like, it's
what
so
the
corny.
hell happens?
It's
what?
so corny.
I know.
I hated it.
And I think to just explain it to the people at home, basically what happens is they all get out because the whole little area, this kingdom is flooded. And they all have to escape to the top of the mountain. And they're all standing there, and Proximus starts to beat on Noah. He's throwing him around. He's thrashing him around. And earlier in the movie, they established that there was a call that the apes did in this clan, where it was basically to let the hawks know, or the eagles, I mean, to know that they were there and that they were their friends and that they could be trusted. And the only person who could sing it was Noah's dad. And in the movie, Noah's dad dies. And he doesn't want to say it throughout the movie. But at the end of the movie, he starts chanting it. And all the eagles start to recognize it, and they start to circle, and then all of them start to sing, and the eagles just attack Proximus, and he falls off the cliff and dies. Dumb. I think that's dumb in my opinion.
I kind of wish they would have done more with.
Yeah.
I feel like he could be really like even better villain.
Yeah.
They build him up through another movie or two. So.
Yeah. I kind of wish they kept him alive.
Yeah.
Or even if. Like, the way I thought would have been better, I would have really liked it, because they were setting up Noah to be the leader. I think it would have been actually pretty cool if, like, they all start chanting, and then Noah, like, just somehow manages to squeak a win, you know? Like, just barely manages to beat him, and then they just leave, and Proximus is still alive, and then he'll show up in the next one.
Totally.
You know? I think that
would
would
have
have
much
been better.
preferred that.
Because then it would have showed, like, you know, he's got the determination. He's got what it takes to be the leader. You know.
Yeah, but he's still finding his way.
Yeah, he's still finding his way. Like I don't want him to just like pull a full-on Marvel moment and just win.
Yeah.
No, he's got to. He would work for it.
That's
the
thing. I really hope they don't try and make him the leader.
Yeah.
In the sequel, because I don't feel like he's there yet.
No. They need setup.
Yeah, they need more setup.
Caesar needed setup. This needs setup too. Because you got to even think like in the second movie. He's the leader, but I think he really gets the leader status by the third one.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally
He becomes the savior, pretty much. And I think that's what... I don't want them to follow it like one for one, obviously. But they should try and keep that in mind. You know?
Yeah.
Try and keep that mindset of, let's not instantly make him the super capable leader that's just leading everyone. You know?
Totally.
Yeah.
I think since we're talking about like character deaths, dude, I don't know. Raka, that broke my heart.
Yeah,
he's one of the best parts of the movie. He's barely
kill him off halfway through.
Yeah, he drowns in a river. Like,
yeah, and it's one of those things too where I thought he was just going to come back.
Yeah,
it's one of those weird ones where you don't see a body, so you're just
maybe
like, oh,
he could come back.
He could be alive. I wouldn't be shocked if he was, but it's also just like, what was the point? You know, even if he was alive, like if they do bring him back, like, what was the point of him dying in the first place? Like, maybe the only purpose was just to, like, he can introduce Caesar to Noah. Because that's what he does.
Yeah.
But, like, I guess that could work, but, like, I don't know. He was such a great part of the movie. I would almost want them to bring him back in some capacity if they could.
Me too.
Because I feel like that death was just kind of unearned. It was like, oh, this came out of nowhere. He's just dead now. Like, cringe. Like, fuck.
What do you think about the setup? Because it looks like the humans... I don't know, man.
Oh, the end of the movie.
It seems like the humans might be the antagonists in the next one. Again.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Fuck humans. In these movies specifically, don't catch me off... Don't clip me out of context with that one. No, I'm okay with that, to be honest. I always think it works extremely well when the villains are pitted against, or as the antagonists, it works super well, just because, like, you're not rooting for the humans most of the time.
No,
I guess, like,
Apes.
in Dawn you are, a little bit.
It's because
like,
they're nice.
They're nice.
Some of
like,
them
there's
are,
a group of them
guy.
that are nice. Except the guy who tries to pull a shotgun on a baby chimpanzee.
Oh,
what a guy. Like, fucking beat the shit out of you. Just take shit. Just body drop.
Boom!
But no, like, I'm completely okay with it. And this is a theory. This isn't confirmed at all, so don't take this out of context. I'm not spoiling what the second one is or anything we don't know. But I have a theory that they're going to do some form of colony on the moon. And how they're going to do it is that there's going to be another war between humans and apes. But basically, because by the end of this movie, what are... Mia... Was it Mia? Is that her name?
I think her name's May.
May. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot that.
Okay.
Anyway, May is... She tries to go to this military base. Because she tries to grab... It's like some sort of card. Like some sort of like memory chip or something.
I think it's so she can communicate with the satellites or something. Or use the satellites or...
Something to do with the satellites. But they have there's a lot of imagery of space in this movie. And they really imply like that space might have some themes going on forward. Something's going on, yeah. And what I think's happening is that someone up there in space, there's going to be a colony. If it's going to be a space colony, maybe they're on moon. I don't know. Like, you know, it all kind of depends. I would rather them just be a colony, like on a space station or something, or a space station team.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking that they're going to do is that there's going to be a colony up there. They're going to get this transmission that they're sending through these satellites. They're going to go, hey, we didn't even know we thought everyone was dead. Like, what's going on down there? They're going to explain the situation, and then a war is going to break out, or something. Something's going to happen where they're just going to be at odds with one another again, and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't go too over the top.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, no, I don't want to see any fucking apes in space. I draw the line. That's apes in space, man. That better not happen.
That sounds like a real Disney movie.
That would be a Disney move.
Yeah.
It better not happen. So you know, but if they don't do that, I'm fine with it. Yeah. What do you think?
No, I agree. I feel like it could be cool direction for sure. Yeah. Cautiously
optimistic for the next one. But with that, we're not talking about the next one. We're talking about this one. What would we give it out of 10, Seamus?
Dude, I give it... I'm thinking like 6.5 or 7.
Oh, it dropped.
Yeah. I've thought about it a bit more.
Yeah.
Like, not... I mean, yeah, like, I'd be fine calling it a 7, but...
Yeah.
I can see... Yeah, 6.5 or 7.
Just to divide the audience, we'll say 6.5.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, it just... I don't know. Not as good.
No.
It's not... I mean... It's a big legacy to follow, but
it's a huge.
Hopefully, there's better things to come. So
yeah, I'd agree with that.
There's potential for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm pretty similar when it comes to my score.
Yeah.
I'd say a 7. I don't think it's a 6.5. I think 7's good, like because it's not bad. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely I like watching it. Like I had a fun time watching it. I like what they're setting up here. It's another Planet of the Apes movie that I think was pretty good, and it's going in a direction that I find intriguing. So 7 is a perfect score, but yeah, definitely way weaker than the other movies in the trilogy. I would definitely say,
yeah. Right on. Well, thank you for watching, guys.
Yes, thank you for watching.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you like what you're hearing,
yeah.
Give us your takes too. What are your thoughts on the movie? Did you like it?
Yes.
Is this a worthy successor?
Let us know in the comment section.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, and everyone have a great day.